Hello dear developers. Welcome to London for the NAO UK Hackathon. It's going to be great. From now on, you'll have 22 hours to program me. I hope you'll have fun. Good luck and have a good night. Ready, steady, go. Well, you have 1 hour left. Use it wisely, guys. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done.
So actually we've got 2 apps today. We don't have. We started with one to train because we didn't know how it worked. The first one, what it does, pretty simple, is when it's not connected to any network, it lists the available Wi-Fi networks and asks you to pick one and asks you the password and so on. So that should be very useful for everybody. Instead of plugging in the Ethernet cable, you just use that and connect.
Here are the Wi-Fi networks. Local guest is number 1, and Rome is number 2. 3 Mobility E1C6 is number 3. Chains Network is number 4. Posse is number 5.
Sorry about that.
NAO is number 6. Astrobuilder is number 7. Strybase with the 3 is number 8. Wired is number 9. Which number Wi-Fi network shall I connect to?
7.
You chose Wi-Fi network Astrogilda. I need a password. Please spell it to me.
N. N.
N. So he's really good at that. N.
You picked a great password for this demo. N. O.
O.
Delete.
Deleted O.
N.
N.
O. 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 R.
R.
B. B.
B.
E.
E.
R.
R.
T.
T.
O. 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 O.
O.
Connect.
Connecting. I am now connected and so happy.
Okay. It worked. So now, theoretically, I should be able to unplug this Ethernet cable and get on with the next demo. And I'll let Florian describe what the next demo is while I...
So the next one is a lot more interesting. We thought we would make NAO a photographer. So what he's going to do is ask us if we want to take a photo and how to do it and do the job for us and then upload that to Flickr and send an email with the photos to us. So I guess we'll do it a couple of times. First just the 2 of us and maybe you can do a group shot after that. He's a little bit sleepy, I would say.
Very hungover.
Pretty much. Hey, could you take a photo for us, please?
Of course. How many people will be on the photo?
2.
Great. I love group shots. Would you like to do it here?
No, let's do it over there.
Can you place me in front of you then?
Okay.
Thank you. That's great. Let's take a great shot. Nice. That's right. Say robot.
Thanks. Well, that was it. We can do a group cut now.
So
Let's try it again.
you should be able to see that the photos hit my So if I go.
Robot has an addiction, and he pretty much likes filled circles, like those one, and he's really happy if he sees them. If they are not filled like those, then he can get pretty angry. And yeah, well, let's see what he does. If he even starts, because I had problems.
Please show me a filled circle.
Yep.
I like filled circles. Touch my head as soon as you are ready.
Okay. Let's start with this simple one. Here it is.
Let me see. I would like to see a filled circle. Do you have one? Pat my head when I shall begin.
Oh. Doesn't work. Because I had problems with the Wi-Fi, I added a tactile sensor in the front.
I see 18 circles, but I am pretty sure that circle is not filled. I hate different circles. Why are you doing this to me? Oh, I am so bored. I wish I had a filled circle. Can you show me one? Bump my head whenever you're ready.
So it just keeps starting with behavior. Okay, oh, show me that.
Great. Please.
So it kind of works, but he's restarting the behavior every time when I touch his head. Which was not
Please show
intended.
me a filled circle. I like filled circles. Touch my head as soon as you are ready. I see 17 circles, but I am pretty sure I know which one you mean. Great, it is a filled circle.
Ah.
Really nice.
It works pretty good over there, but I think the light conditions are...
Can you show me one? Bump my head whenever you're ready.
I think he's really confused. Okay, now I will show him a filled circle. Maybe, let's see if he gets this one right.
Matthias, I wonder if you want, we can move the table right underneath the spot of light. Do you see it?
Yeah,
I think it's going to help you for the...
I'll try once more.
Okay.
Let's see what he does. So I'm showing this one.
Okay. I would like to see a filled circle. Do you have one?
It's not intended
Pat
to
my head when I
restart the
shall
behavior,
begin.
actually.
I see 21 circles, but I am pretty sure I know which one you mean. Oh, I like this filled circle. It looks just great. Please show me a filled circle.
Okay,
I like
that is all. So he never gets bored by this. So, what am I supposed to do to stop the stiffness? Do I press the chest button twice?
Yeah, yes.
Put your shoes on. You don't clean shoes?
Okay, now here stop. This application is made for parents. Parents that does not want to say early in the morning, put your shoes on, clean your face, clean your toes and other things. So the main concept is children goes in front to the robot. The robot will say him what you have to do. If the child does does not do the thing, he will be more angrier. So I will try it. I go in front of the bot.
Looks like you have few issues yet. Which issue you haven't done?
None.
None. MMH, let's work now. Don't forget. Here are your issues. Get up, clean tooth.
It does not animate. I have to try again. I think this does not work. The stiffness is not on the source. The animation is not started.
Can you also put on stiffness by the
Yeah.
check button?
No.
I think he has connection.
Sickness removed.
Sorry.
The goal of this application is to help the user to hold some things. For example, when you have to solder a connector, usually you have to grab the connector, take a wire and put it exactly where you want it to be soldered, the solder and the soldering iron. So usually you do not have enough hands to do this. So why now can't help to do this? So my goal was to make small tools which allows now to grab things, because with these actual hands, that's very difficult to grab something precisely. So I've done tweezers for now, which work like tweezers for humans, but which you can grab, and I will show you how does it works.
So, you want me to hold something. Please give me the tools. Touch my hand to close or open it. Then touch my head and I will help you to hold something.
Okay. We can detect if you have tools in this hand or not. Okay, so let's start with
Okay.
holding
Now you
something.
can move my arms. I will keep the position when you press my foot sensor.
Now I can move his arm like I want, and touch his foot, and he will keep the position. So let's say I want to hold this thing. Don't know why. And I want to hold it like this, for example. Ah. You can touch it and will open or close it. Okay. Let's do the same with the other one. It is okay like this, but it's better when you have the two tweezers clamped. But if you have just a wire and a connector, that's okay. So let's say this one. Be like this. I guess it failed. Okay, like this. Okay, yeah, so you can take it pretty well, and it doesn't move. It's quite precise, and it can grab them very long time. What you can do is just clamp them and open them. A lot of time it gets tired. But when you do this just like this, it's nice. So you can come in front if you want to see more closer, but because I think you can see very well from there. So the tool is like this. You can put it in his hand quite easily, and it should work in nearly every position. You can move it like you want, because it doesn't have enough degrees of freedom to do it himself. So let's say we want it to be like this. and this one too. We'll throw just this one like this. Okay. Just like this. And you hold it.
The NAO friends. We are 4 in group. And Alan, Michael, you've seen Michael before, he came from US, Tasi, and me, Soyade. When we met on Friday, we started to deliberate about what we can do. There are quite a lot of things we have in mind to do, but we want something that could be a fundamental that we can develop on after we left. So we want to come back together and start this, not just to end here. So we look around very well, we do a bit of research and everything. So we come up with NAO as an assistant. So we look at assistive technology. How can NAO be useful to people who are dementia or autisms? So how can it help at home? Then we're looking for memory juggler. Remind me, don't forget me not. And also position locations when NAO is at home assisting people or when it's at office assisting people. It needs to be able to differentiate when the owner carries NAO around. You should remember people's name. So we have a flat database that we're working on. We hope to migrate that to an SQL base, so SQLite, so that it can have a robust, diary that somebody can look up and then do. We have a lot of challenges, but we enjoy the work, and it was very good. And I would say thank you everybody for giving us the opportunity to do this. Within a few days, I settled down with Python and rubbing everything very well. So Alan did a marvelous job here. So before we start the demo, we got a very modest, small that we're building on. Confined area, confined room, now can detect when it is at home over there, or we use the other end as office, and it can detect, differentiate between the position using the Wi-Fi. And we think that will be unique because there's Google Map, we don't want to use Google Map. And there's GPS, we don't want to use GPS, we want to be able to differentiate using the wavelength and the frequency of the Wi-Fi. So, Alan, please, let's have it.
Yeah, so what he's going to do is basically you can introduce yourself to him, and well, he'll first see if he knows where he is, so he'll try to work out from the Wi-Fi if he knows where he is. If he's not, he'll ask where he is, and then he'll remember that, and then he can detect it himself next time. And then yeah, basically he'll just build up a memory of the people who he's met in different locations, and then you can ask him who he's seen. So we'll just if it works. I'm watching some stuff on the text.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Henry. You can introduce someone to me and I will remember their face and their name and where I met them. You can also ask me whom I have met. What do you want from me?
Remember me?
Remember me. Where am I?
Home? Home?
Oh, okay. Please stand where I can see you. Hello, Michael. We have met before. What do you want from me?
So now he's remembered, got Michael, but close enough. Who have you met? Who did you meet? Okay,
Hello, my name is Henry.
so this
You
time,
can introduce someone
you should
to me
remember the
and I will
location from last time, so I do the same thing again. You should still know where he is.
You
So you
can
won't ask
also
this time.
ask me who I have met. What do you want from me?
Remember me?
What do you want from me?
Remember me?
Remember me.
So now you shouldn't ask.
Please stand where I can see you. Hello, Michael. We have met before. What do you want from me?
Who have you met?
Who have you met? Do you want to know who I met at home, office, or university?
Home?
Home. When I was at home, I met Michael. What do you want from me?
Who have you met?
Who have you met? Do you want to know who I met at home, office, or university?
Office.
Office. When I was at office, I met nobody. What do you want from me?
Quick. That's it.
What do you want from me?
But yeah, so it's still fairly basic, but well, from that he doesn't need to connect to any network service or anything, so he can just start to build up locations. And in theory, it's a bit difficult in this room because the signals are kind of quite similar. But in theory, if you pick him up and take him down the road, or take him to a hotel, or back to France, or Cheltenham where I'm from, he can detect the difference between them just by looking at the Wi-Fi signals around, and so it gives him a bit of kind of locational context. But yeah.
And also, if he's meeting somebody for the first time, he's got that database to record that person, take the snapshot of the image, and ask for the name of that person, and that will be appended to the database as well. So the name can grow up, and it just asks, where am I? Home. Then what's your name? Then you say stand by the camera and then take the pictures, and then we add it to it. We hope that not only human pictures, images like desk, tables, can of Coke, all these can be assistive, give assistance and accompanied by the robot to help people that are disabled, that cannot move around, to pick things and objects. So
Yeah,
that's
it. Thank you.
Sam. We're trash talking logic. Kids have prevented me from being involved in it, but the boffins of the team have just done great work, I think, over the last 48 hours. And so we've got, I think it ends up being on two different NAOs. Should we show the your NAO first? This is basically NAOs doing impersonations of other robots. So should we see if we can try and get yours working first?
We'll see if one.
So you may remember from our original brief. Oh, we need a face.
Oh.
Looking for a face.
Hello. Hello. Mic for you, please.
It's my
He
knees.
seems to like shoes a lot.
Hello. Hey!
You should go the other way around. Come on, say thanks, me.
He's videoing.
So for those who are not familiar, the sink plunger is an important weapon of death of the Doctor Who's nemesis, the Daleks. So early on we discovered... Early on... He's now trying to exterminate. And basically when he gets close to somebody, he kind of falls apart a bit. And then so we didn't quite connect up. There were different subparts of the team working on different behaviours. I don't know if I can now get this to work. The idea was that after the shock of actually getting to the person, having tried to exterminate them, discovering that they're large, is then to kind of like start to get all scared and cower away. So let's see if we can then just quickly run that here. If I'm still connected to him. You can do that? We'll see. And to get scared, we were also working on being able to actually recognise the face of the Doctor. So if you hold up a picture of Matt Smith, he would like get really scared and run away. But he will do. And this is the cowering behaviour. I'm very scared. I'm very scared. It's Matt Smith. It's Matt Smith. And then he kind of runs around in the circle. What does he do after walking around in the circle?
So walk around in the circle, walk away for a bit, and then I think sort of sit down and
Yeah.
play dead. But there we go.
There we go. So, there you go, now Dalek.
So in the end we decided, we kind of broke out of Eve and decided that we would try and make her aware of her surroundings. So we went back to the basics of how the arms move and everything and decided we'd try and make her point to positions that are outside of her. So we basically tried to teach her what's in a room and what's outside of a room. And the idea is that it's an extendable project. So we've also got, we're just breaking into, at the moment, where she is, so which way you're facing, so that she can then reorientate everything. So she doesn't just have to point north to do the whole thing. And the idea then is to use they were talking about the hardware, and use like a compass in the back, and then we wouldn't even have to tell her which way she was facing. She would know and be able to translate everything round. The idea is that you can, do you want to start her? She's just cantankerous to start something.
What direction am I facing?
West. West.
Thank you.
So now the idea is that she'll wait until someone is in front of her, obviously wanting information. So,
Hi, I will be your guide. Over here you will find exit. Over here you will find an exit. Over here you will find toilet. Over here you will find water cooler. Over here you will find food. Over here you will find windows.
She's a bit higher.
Over here you will find good street view. Over here you will find Lawrence Street view. Over here you will find Russell Square.
That's right.
Over here you will find Houston. Over here you will find up. Over here you will find north. I hope that's been helpful. Goodbye.
We've given the ability for you to put an array in, so you can say something is 0 to 360 and it's 0 up to 90 or minus 90, so the windows are a bit higher than just pointing out. So you can basically fill up an array, database, whatever. You can pull it in from Google for external, you can have your own independent array for internal stuff and map it, move it to Paris, put her in a room, tell her where she is, and she will then just point. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, just before we announce who's won and all of that good stuff, in fact we're not going to announce it now, but just before that happens, we wanted to take a moment just to explain how we came to the conclusions we've come to. We wanted to take more than just the applications that were developed over the last 48 hours into account. There are a lot of people here that had never seen a NAO before Friday, yeah? And everybody in this room produced a working piece of code that ran on the robot. That's pretty impressive for people that had never seen that piece of code before, yeah? We've even got people here that had never written a line of Python code before, who sat there and produced working applications. Yeah? So we took all of that into account. We took into account the applications that were developed, the potential for them, where they all sat. And it made for some tough tough decisions, okay? But I think we got it right. I hope we got it right, okay? So at this point I'm going to hand over to my friend here, and he's going to let us know who won what. What we would ask is, first prize is going to be the Google Nexus 7 tablet. Second, third and fourth prize, you can pick a carrots or some Dragon Naturally Speaking software for that team, yeah? And then we'll go from there, okay? First prize, and the reason for this was some people who had never seen a NAO before in their lives produced an application and they'd never written any Python before in their lives. And it all worked. And it's got some huge potential to be developed on. So the first prize is going to the guide app from me. Right, second prize. I'm going to check a bit of paper now. So I'm going to grab my notes. Second prize. We really liked this app. We thought it was one of the slickest ones that we saw today. Yeah, really nice, lots of fun. So second prize goes to the Barcelona Slackers. Not only did these guys do 2 apps, but we really liked the photo app. It was great. So these guys, take your pick of one of those items.
So you can basically choose for your team one of these items.
What do you want? Okay, take it.
So, third prize. Third prize, we all decided just went on hilarity. Okay. It wasn't just that, it was the fact that there were some new, unique animations that we used. It had a good sense of humour, and it pulled everything together. So third prize goes to... So go on, who's going to come up for that one? Oh, we're going to get the whole team up.
Congratulations.
Cheers.
So basically, you get a choice of Dragon
Oh, this is the second prize.
Yeah.
Dragon Software. Who likes Dragon Software? So the
voice recognition, very clever stuff.
You had the robot, right?
Okay, let's get a photo of you guys as well. Press D.
So, gonna now take the photo.
And we can use it for
Exterminate!
Always the plunger.
Yeah, there's a
We need the plunger.
Oh, the plunger,
We need the plunger and the NAO as well.
Thank you.
Now we come back to where I started, or where my colleague started before he ran off. So fourth prize, again, something different. Group of people that haven't seen a NAO before, with a bit of assistance from somebody that won a short amount of time. So we wanted that fourth prize to go to you guys. So.
Thank you.
Which quality you like? Thanks so much. Thank you. Thanks for organizing it. Thanks so much.
We'll have a raffle or something.
We only did the first 4 places, but we felt it was only fair at this point to recognise a man who was not beaten by his own capabilities. He wasn't beaten by his code not working. He was beaten by the fact that his robot wouldn't play ball and turned against him. So Matthias, if you want to come up and choose well done. Pick yourself a book and in fact, pick yourself 2.
Thank you.
Where's Cyril? There he is. We all struggled with your app because we all saw huge potential with it, yeah? And we all wanted fiddly little fingers like that, yeah? It was great. Really, really worked well. So, come up, grab yourself a book, my friend. So the mate books are always good. The mate books are always good.
Yeah, brainstorming. Thank you.
And we have to finish off. I think we've only got 1 team left, if I've done my maths right.
Yes.
We have to finish off with the man who had the technology world turn against him. Matthias, I really felt for you when your robot, not only did 1 robot bite you, 3 bit you. So please, come up and grab it.
I will show a video next time.